Good day, everyone. So everybody's talking about the Vybz Kartel trial that has happened over these 5 days, right? To decide whether he would have a retrial or not. So it was a hearing to decide whether he would have a retrial or not. And that is what everybody is talking about. However, not many persons fully understand what took place in this hearing. And so I am going to break it down for you. Allow me to use analogies for those who may not understand the terms that are being used. All right, so there are 3 groups of persons in the courtroom. We have the defense, we have the prosecutor, and we have the panel of judges. Good? So 3 groups of persons. The defense are the persons who are defending Vybz Kartel and his co-accused. So his lawyers makes up the defense. Then you have the prosecutors. The prosecutors are from the office of the DPP. These are a group of lawyers and other persons who put together a case as it relates to trying to prosecute persons who they think have committed a crime against the people, against the laws of the land. So the office of the DPP represents the people, right? And the defense refers to the persons who are defending the persons who are brought to court, who is accused of doing something to break the laws of the land. And you have the panel of judges with a main judge, and these persons are like the referees. So they will sit and hear both sides of the story. They will interject when necessary, and then they will decide who presented the better arguments. So this is it. Vybz Kartel, whose real name is Adidja Palmer, and his co-accused Shawn Storm Campbell, Kahira Jones, and Andre St. John were convicted of the 2011 murder of Clive Lizard Williams in 2011. So because they were not satisfied about the outcome of the trial, them being sentenced, they took it to the Privy Council, right? Because they said that they were not fairly sentenced due to the jury misconduct, right? The Privy Council threw out the trial on merits of jury misconduct and sent it back to the Jamaican people for them to decide whether he is guilty or not, if he should be retried or not. So this is what this hearing is about. However, the DPP, office of the DPP, those people want a retrial. However, the defense, that is Vybz Kartel's lawyers, they don't want a retrial. So they are presenting arguments as to why there shouldn't be a retrial, while the office of the DPP are presenting arguments as to why they think that there should be a retrial. Now, here are the arguments. So the office of the DP says that in the interest of the men getting a fair trial, let's do it again. Let's take them back to court and give them a retrial. However, the judge is arguing that based on the length of time that it took for these men to get a retrial, their constitutional rights have been breached. Remember, these men are behind bars for about 13 years. So the DPP now is saying that, yes, they acknowledge that their rights have been breached, but they are arguing that there are appropriate remedies that they can put in place to satisfy the breach, in that the persons can get bail, all right? And that they can find ways to expedite the matter. That means to speed up for them to get the retrial. They are even saying that if they are granted bail, Vybz Kartel could get the treatment and undergo surgery for his Graves' disease, thereby preserving his life to stand a trial. They're also saying that if the court is using his bad health to decide whether or not he should get a retrial, that would be setting a bad precedent for the other people, because as we all know that there are other prisoners who may be having similar or even worse health problems, and a retrial was not considered for them because of this. However, the judge quickly shut this down and said, "Don't say that the court would sit here and decide the case based on Mr. Palmer's health alone. Don't do that to us, and I know you don't mean that." So based on that, the judge is not having it. She's saying that no, it is not just his health conditions that they are considering, but they are taking into consideration all the factors, meaning the amount of time that he has spent before bars, before the retrial, as well as his health. All right. They are also saying that a total acquittal or dismissal of the matter due to the delay should be the very last resort and only be reserved in extremely exceptional circumstances where it has been established that it is impossible for the appellants to have a fair trial. A fair hearing, I should say, right? Furthermore, she said, despite the breach, there is nothing to suggest that a fair trial is impossible, right? So, in fact, Tugwell said the contrary has been established. So they are emphasizing that despite of the heightened publicity in the matter, it is still possible for the men to get a fair trial, because that is one of the arguments put together by the defense, that is Vybz Kartel's lawyer, that he cannot get a fair trial based on the publicity of the matter. They also arise the matter of the jury misconduct, and they are saying that even though that have happened in the past, it is generally assumed that the jury will abide by the oaths or the affirmations, so they are not expecting a recurrence of that took place. Also, as it relates to expediting the matter, right, the court is saying that since 2018, only 2 matters were sent from the Court of Appeal to the Supreme Court for retrial. The 2 matters were sent back for retrial in 2022 and 2023, but no trial dates has been fixed. The judge is now saying that based on this information, the DPP cannot secure an early retrial for Vybz Kartel, knowing that these 2 retrial cases of similar offenses were sent back, and to this date, no dates have been fixed. So those are some of the arguments and the counteractions from the judge and the office of the DPP. So now, as it relates to the defense argues that based on the length of time that these trials have taken in the past and is foreseen to take now, it will have a massive negative mental and physical effect on Vybz Kartel and his co-accused. They also talk about the financial burden that it has placed on their pockets, and that they were only financing these hearings to pay these lawyers from loans that they would have borrowed, and these loans have not been able to be repaid because, as you know, they are still behind bars and they are still not working. One of the appellants, he also laments about his need to engage in sexual activities. He has not yet started a family, and he is just frustrated being behind bars, wasting away his youthful years. Vybz Kartel also placed arguments about his 17 dependents who are depending on him, as he is the main breadwinner, and being behind bars is stopping him from providing for his dependents. Vybz Kartel's lawyers also presented medical reports from his doctors to say that his heart is operating at a 50% capacity, and putting him such an ordeal will only put strain on his heart, and he may not come out alive on the other end. So basically, after listening to all of this, the judge and her team, they are going to decide whether or not these arguments make sense, mainly whose argument make better sense, and she's going to decide whether they're going to have a retrial, and if so, whether he's going to get bail or not, right? And based on how I am seeing it, Vybz Kartel is going to be coming out. Whether he's going to be coming out on bail or the case is going to be dismissed, right? So some persons are happy, some persons are sad. But as I said before, over here, we are neither happy or sad. We just want to see justice. So next Tuesday will be the conclusion of the whole matter. We don't know if on that day the judge will make her decision or they will take further time to make the decision. This is uncharted waters for Jamaica. They have never had this done before, where a case was sent to the Privy Council and then sent back to Jamaica to be determined if it should be retried or not. So we don't have any past case to refer to as to the timing as to which it will take place. So we'll just have to wait and see for next Tuesday. But here, please continue to like, share, and subscribe. Click on the notification bell so that you can be notified when other videos are uploaded. Thank you.